Well, it looks pretty hideous and talent-free, but if you take that video, stick it in an app on your phone, billions of people are going to watch it and rewatch it and share it and watch other depraved things just like it. Look at the numbers. The stats are mind-boggling. Now, this is for teens, but I think it applies for adults. I mean, look at all our lives are being spent on the phone, more time on the phone than actually living life. So the Surgeon General put out a report. It's just a few pages long, and it summarizes a pretty serious problem, and it's not going to help one damn bit. It's not. This is going to take a lot more than that guy putting out a position paper. This reminds me of the little label on the cigarette box. Remember that? Did this really stop anybody from smoking? I don't think so. It was there since the 1970s, right? It causes this, that, and the other thing. That's not what got people to stop smoking. It took a lot of things. They banned it on airplanes. They banned it in restaurants. And it took a lot of leaders. Mike Bloomberg was one of them. Joe Biden could be saying and doing so many things if he were a true leader, but he's not. And this is pretty much all he knows how to do.
MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution.
There's a Republican Party and there's the MAGA Republicans. Our MAGA Republicans in Congress are threatening to undo all this progress.
Look, I don't want to hear from the MAGA Republicans.
Right? We've heard that a million times. Have you ever heard him talk about anything like, if you were president, think about what you could talk about? There's more to that job than just filling out executive orders and blaming Congress. You can talk about things. Joe says he's a person of faith, but all he seems to do is brag about how well he knows the Pope.
Pope Francis has become I don't want to exaggerate it. He's become someone who's provided great solace for my family when my son died. When I won, he called me. He's just a fine, decent, honorable man, and we keep in touch. I had the honor of meeting Pope Francis in the Vatican and marking the progress when the only openly Catholic president was able to openly befriend the second Catholic, but the only one able to befriend the Pope.
He's bragging about religion, not talking about his relationship with God or Jesus or anything. Unfortunately, I think Joe is a lost soul. So I guess he can't do it. Otherwise, he'd be a hypocrite. I hope he gets that straightened out. But number one, our leader, you would think, would have this kind of wisdom to impart. Joe does have life experience. His son, Hunter, is an addict. And Joe knows firsthand how horrible this stuff can be, right? Joe doesn't drink and he's never smoked, he tells us. I believe him. But Joe's not leading a conversation about this stuff, is he? Instead, it's this.
And I'm here with my sister, Valerie, and my youngest son, Hunter Biden. Stand up, guys. I'm proud of you. My son, like a lot of people we know at home, had a drug problem. He's overtaken it. He's fixed it. He's worked on it. And I'm proud of him.
Another brag, another boast. What about trying to help people? I mean, again, firsthand, Hunter, he's been to hell, right? So how do we avoid that? Instead of just trying to score political points and defend your son from the MAGA Republicans, on Joe's watch, they basically legalized marijuana. Anybody can smoke this stuff, and they are. America, after COVID, we didn't have much of an edge, and now we're losing whatever edge we had. Smoking that stuff, I see people during lunch breaks, the gummies all over the place. This is ruining us, I do believe. I know there are libertarians out there, and medical marijuana, okay, maybe, but I have my doubts. And, Trump was actually, like Biden, a teetotaler. Never drank, never smoked. And I think the words that he had on this subject were far more helpful and far more honest than anything Biden has ever said.
I had a brother, Fred, great guy, best looking guy, best personality, but he had a problem. He had a problem with alcohol. And he would tell me, don't drink, don't drink. He was substantially older, and I listened to him and I respected, but he would constantly tell me, don't drink. He'd also add, don't smoke. But he would say it over and over and over again.
What a message from a big brother, huh? And back to Joe Biden for a moment. Remember, he was Mr. Empathy. He was Mr., nice guy. He was going to make everything, well, nice again, gentle. No.
But I'm not joking when I say this. If you're ever working with me and I hear you treat another colleague with disrespect, talk down to someone, I promise you I will fire you on the spot. On the spot. No ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody is entitled to be treated with decency and dignity.
With respect, damn it. Was that a little edgy on his part? I think it was. All right. Anyway, enough of him. Here's the big lie of the moment. You hear it a million times a day, especially from the left. We need to have a conversation in this country about something, about guns, about Me Too, but a conversation.
We need to have a conversation about mental health, about crime.
What we need to do is have a conversation as a country.
So we need to have a different conversation in this country about guns, but also a different conversation about policing.
We need to be having a conversation right now about how traumatic it is to our communities.
Conversation. That means you say something, I say something, you say something. We disagree. We keep talking. No one's having a conversation, okay? Especially the left. They don't want to have a conversation. This is how the left acts when they're around things they don't like.
You're not educated. This is propaganda. What are you going to do, like anti-trans next? Is that what you're going to do next?
I mean, no, we're talking about abortion.
This is violent. You're triggering my students.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not. Because you can't even have a baby. So you don't even know what that is. You don't even know what this is. Get this out of here, yo.
A conversation with a leftist generally means, from their side, shut the hell up. I'm speaking all the time. The professor, oh, by the way, lost her job. That's actually a good thing, all right? I hope she calms down. Fired over the incident. That is no way to act, but you see it all the time. Take a look at this. They're saying dirty word, the teacher is fascist because the teacher made them do homework. I mean, everybody's very, very sensitive. One other thing, the ball field in Los Angeles, Dodger Stadium. There's nothing less sexually oriented than baseball, all right? I used to like baseball. It's totally boring, takes way too long. I know they changed the rules. It still stinks. The players get paid way too much. If you like it, fine. I want nothing to do with it anymore. And even less since they have LGBTQ night at Dodger Stadium, at ballparks all over the place, right? The rainbow flag, bring out the rainbow flag. There's nothing gay about baseball. There's nothing straight about baseball. There's plenty that's boring about baseball, okay? And they have trans night, and it's ridiculous. And guess what? The trans nuns were disinvited, and now they've been reinvited because, well, the trans nuns, they raised a big stink about being disinvited to gay night. Now, these are special trans nuns. These are the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Wow. I've heard of the Sisters of Mercy, but the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, what is it they do? Who are these people? Well, this is them describing themselves.
We are 21st century nuns.
I want to tell you a little bit about what it takes to become a sister. You start as an aspirant and you aspire for a couple of months.
We use the term ministry very loosely because my ministry is making someone laugh, putting a smile on somebody's face, and raising money for groups that cannot.
All right, so it looks pretty much like a perverted scam. These are not nuns, and it's all a mess. So they were, I guess they didn't get their invitation. They totally freaked out. And now the Dodgers, the baseball team, completely, abjectly apologizing. So they're going to LGBTQ night. Let's put the statement up on the screen, please. It's quite the statement, okay? Let's see here. After much thoughtful feedback from our diverse communities, honest conversations with the Los Angeles Dodgers organization, and generous discussions with the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. How did those go over, huh? The Los Angeles Dodgers would like to offer our sincerest apologies to the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, members of the LGBT community and their friends and families. Wow. Anybody else? We have asked the Sisters of Perpetual, they keep using the same ridiculous name, to take their place on the field at our 10th annual LGBTQ plus Pride Night. Have they talked to Steve Garvey about this stuff? We are pleased to share that they have agreed to receive the gratitude of our collective. This is disgusting, all right? Baseball is supposed to be boring and bland and not about LGBTQ. Not about straight, it's not about orientation or sex. This isn't saying, hey, what would Tommy Lasorda say about all this stuff, huh? Can you believe the same team that Tommy Lasorda managed is now engaging in this nonsense because they have to? Oh, by the way, Tommy Lasorda is mentioned in Donald Trump's new book, Letters to Trump. Great guy. They were great friends. And, this is a very insane moment, but we started the block with a small, lame label on the side of the cigarette box, which never really dissuaded anybody. People were smoking look at this stuff, right? This used to be America. You could smoke wherever the hell you wanted to. We're encouraged to do so on planes, trains, elevators. Just go ahead and smoke. And as insane as that was, we stopped. Somehow we figured it out. And if we just stop doing it, maybe the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence will just kind of go their own ways at some point and do more productive things, more healthy things.